NZB yearling sales, and it's great to catch up with Cam Bray. Welcome back to Campbell's Comments, mate.
Yeah, Paul. Just due to other media commitments, I was unavailable for your interviews, but no, it's good to be back.
You've had that much media time and nothing for me, mate.
Yeah, no, well, that's just the way it goes. The lowest denominator, he always misses out. So, no, but it was pleasing to be back talking to you.
It is indeed. It's big 4 days. Been able to experience it and see it firsthand. It's a massive, massive operation logistically. Staff moving, owners, trainers, vendors moving to two totally different complexes. It's big, isn't it?
It is big, and it's and in the whole process of it, it's a roller coaster sale too, isn't it? You know, we've seen the highs, the lows, and everywhere in between. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I think we started on a first lot one was 100,000. We finished at lot, what did we get there? 230 or something, did we? So, and we've seen everything in between. So, yeah, it's a big go. It's a big go for everybody, the vendors, the buyers, and you know, we love it. This is our grand final.
Lot taking in the Trotter standalone day, like it said about it. At the end of the day, you guys are taking it on board, and there'll be potentially changes next year. It worked 1 year. The next 2 years, it sort of hasn't worked having the standalone Trotters day only. But you got to try things, don't you?
Yeah, well, it's actually been on the go for probably 5 or 6 years now, that sale. So. Yeah, it may have run its course, I don't know. We'll review everything. We won't make any rash decisions or anything. We'll just sit back and review everything in the cold light of day before we get too excited. But, yeah, it'll be up for review.
Do you enjoy it? Like how busy it is? Would you like it spread out a little bit longer, or do you enjoy just going bang and it's all over in 4 days?
Well, it is quite good in the fact that there's a big lead up to it. There's a huge big lead up to it from... calling for nominations to pedigrees to this point, and then you sort of get to now, and so for the next 2 or 3 weeks you sort of wander around, wondering what the hell I'm going to do next. But you've got to harness and capture capture the enthusiasm and the excitement, and you can't do that by spreading it out.
And letting it draw out for a longer period of time. So, and that's one of the things. It breeds enthusiasm, doesn't it? When you get a couple winning, a couple of big bids, the next couple of horses continue to grow. Australian contingent over here was positive. Possibly could have been higher than in other years and all the rest. But both sides of the ditch, it's good to get people buying from both sides of the ditch. I would imagine it's good to just have the Aussies back here, and enjoying the festivities.
Yeah, and it just shows you historically we've had a big presence from West Australia here. They probably didn't have the numbers we've normally had from West Australia, but they're certainly here and they played their part. Like Peter Lagan Standardbred, who was operating for the Jamalis from WA, and they would be the biggest individual buyers on individual spend, probably outside international wise. So yeah, it's good to have them back. We always knew that when they got back they would play. So yeah, it's good.
Encourage people now. We've been serious about the sale. That's all done and dusted. The other thing you get Kiwis do well though, party, play, and have some fun. And I mean that in a respectful way. But like we were in Auckland, and Woodlands and Brecon put on a great show. The other farms, they still look after you, but the bigger farms definitely look after you and do it. And then here, the festivities, I was taken out for tea both nights, but last night was something incredibly different that we'll leave alone. But Michael House at his greatest. But everyone else, like people went out for tea, they enjoyed each other's company and had some fun. That is the other great part about these sales, and being the fact that it is on 2 days.
Well, yeah, there may or may not be some pretty incriminating photographs of you on social media, which, I
don't think I got as much as Cam Grant to worry about.
If you need to go to Brecon Farms, particularly the first photo is quite revealing. Yeah, thank Ross I didn't go to that. But no, it's a huge thing, Look, the sales are a big thing, probably more so it's a bit more of a party atmosphere for the buyers because a lot of things happen at the same time. It's sort of, I hate the word junket, but you get a lot of people in an area for a short period of time. We went out for dinner there a couple of nights, albeit once we get into the selling, I don't so much do a lot of that. But yeah, everyone gets together, they have a fun time. It's what it's all about. The sales are about having a bit of fun too. We are, conducting high-paced business transactions, but you've got to have some fun doing it, and you've got to take a light-hearted approach when you're in the auctioneer's rostrum too. So people are having fun,
What, people walking away on you?
Yeah, people walk away, they don't listen.
It's never good, is it?
No, it's never good. They don't listen to me. They don't do what I tell them, but the odd one puts their hands in the air and believes,
That came out a bit today too. You even were asking the hats off.
Eh?
You're asking for that.
Yeah. That just lucky. I seen that guy. He had such a big head because it did make it easy for him waving his hat around. But anyway, that's all good.
We must say too, it is a carnival. I want people to come next year. A little bit like the Yearling Day sales weekend. That is a great weekend. Effectively, we were Oz here Friday. It's Wednesday. I'm flying out tomorrow, as a lot of the Aussies. But it's 5 days of fun because we forgot about Cambridge, the Harness Millions, and that's when we started off. Saw 2 ripping horses in Millwood Nike and Merlin, saw a great 2-year-old race as well early on. There is a lot going on, and it hasn't been the best of conditions, I suppose, for the Kiwis, if you like. There was a tragedy in Auckland early on as well. So you guys put it on well, and people come next year. Want them to buy, that's half the thing we want them to do, but also just come and experience it and see what it's all about, and maybe change up our sales over in Australia as well and do it a bit differently as well.
Yeah, like it's we've probably had we've gone through New Zealand bloodstock, that is, over the last month, probably done. I'd actually went on a percentage basis. Probably 60 or 70% of our turnover for the year is conducted in the month of between mid-January and mid-February, and we've had floods in Auckland. We've had a cyclone go through. It was the devastation of the Hawke's Bay in Gisborne, and I don't think we really understand how bad that actually is. So it does seem, on one hand, you feel a little bit guilty for sort of carrying on doing what you're doing, because there's a lot of people going through a lot of hardship. But ultimately the show does have to go on, and I think through economic times things aren't easy. I think we have to be pretty proud of what we've done here today, and managed to get across the line. Like we were all watching the weather forecast early last week, thinking, Christ, this cyclone's going to bear down directly on Auckland. So we managed to get away with that, albeit some didn't. It's really pleasing. The outdoor team in Auckland did a huge job of getting that place whipped back into shape, because it was an absolute mess after the thoroughbreds. And same for the guys down here. We've gone from having literally 34-degree days to today being about 10, and it's absolutely raining cats and dogs out there.
It is, and it's freezing. It's refreshing, but yeah, no sweat today from anyone. I don't think anyone's got a perspiration problem today.
No, only the odd one that I sort of given a bit of a towel up. They might be starting to get a bit uncomfortable, but it's all part of the theatre of sales, isn't it? You've got to have drama. A bit like your life, Paul. A lot of drama.
It is indeed. Now, we've just got to give a big shout out to Timmy White and his counting skills. Anyone that hasn't seen, I encourage people to go and watch the interview with Timmy. He just showed the professionalism of the boy, didn't he?
Well, poor fella, he's got, what has he got? 3 fingers and 6 thumbs. So, he's going to do it tough. It doesn't matter. But no, he's a good man. They've had a good day. A number of our vendors have had great results. Some haven't, and that's that. I don't want to say it's the state of the industry, but it is hard picking a stallion 3 years out, and then having the right stallion, having the right article, it be correct, and it be well grown, etc., etc. There's so many variables. So at every sale you do have some great results, but you do have some disappointments, and it is what it is, unfortunately. But you'd love for everyone to have a great result, and it is exciting for people like the last lot of the day. She rang me before. She's still buzzing. We've had people in tears. They're that overjoyed, and we've had people storm off. It's just the volatile nature of a sale.
This is Cam Bray, line and length. I'm going to call you the Glenn McGrath this edition. I've led you into a couple of cheeky ones. You just left it all go, mate. But well done. Thanks for the hospitality. Thanks to NZB for looking after me. I will say big thank you to those guys. There's a lot of people that helped me. The Kiwis, the way you look after us over here, the Aussies, I think it's great. And I encourage people to come across the sales, come across for some of the race carnivals. I've been across now the New Zealand Cup, the Grand Prix, weanling sales, yearling sales. We've got the race for Cambridge coming up in April as well, so I encourage people to get across here and enjoy it, and then help Kiwis keep racing, help the Australians keep racing. Let's keep improving this industry and get it back to where it once was. Well, let's not get it back to where it once was. Let's get it to where it should be, and that's a better way of putting it. Don't look back, let's keep looking forward.
Well, as I've said to you before, we're never going to get back to where we were. We are going to be a new form of whatever it is, and we have to accept that and move forward. We can't move forward looking back, because things are different, Shops closed, weren't open at the weekends, pubs closed at 7 o'clock or whatever it was, Nowadays, it's 24-hour lifestyle, and we have to sort of fit into that the best we can. But no, it's been a pleasure having you here, Paul. You do a great job, and it pains me to say that. And I think you said you fly tomorrow, don't you? Tomorrow morning. But look, I can take you out to the airport now if you want.
Thank you very much. I will say, great haircut. I don't know where you got that design from. I think you might have pinched it off me. Cam Bray, thank you very much.
A lot of choice in it, unfortunately.
Thank you very much, mate. We're going to see you soon, but thank you very, very much.
Good on you, Paul. It's a pleasure to work with such professionals like yourself.